Good morning, traders. Welcome back to another live stream. If you are new, my name is Zach. This is Real Deal Futures. As always, before we hop on to a special edition pre-Christmas live stream, gonna have some fun today. We got a special guest joining us. Make sure you read what's on the screen. Trading is risky. Most traders do lose money. I am not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts. And the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top 1 Futures, code RDF, and others. Chat, how are we feeling today? Got the Santa hat on. It is Tuesday, December 23rd. We are going to, let me just make sure we got the live stream set up. You guys can see and hear me. Guys, let's do a sound and a chart check. Let me know if you can see me, hear me. Obviously, I am on a different streaming platform this morning. You should be able to tell that based on the background and what you can see, because we got a guest coming on, so got to be able to host. Let me know if you guys can see and hear me clearly, if the volume looks okay, or sounds okay, rather. I don't think we're seeing volume. Let me know if that's all straight right now. Let's see. Let's see. Both are good. Both are great. Good morning. What's up? Good. Awesome, man. Sounds and looks great. You better bring it today, Zach, or I'm leaving the channel. All right, peace out, brother. I'll see you later. Just make sure you head out now. We're going to have some fun today, guys. We're going to have some fun. I hyped it up. I said don't miss this stream. We got special guests coming on today that I'm really honored to have hop on the live stream and be able to chat with me, answer questions, talk to you guys. And it's Christmas Eve. We're feeling festive here. The guests, I said the guests are coming with a bag of Santa's goodies loaded up. I think we're going to see a few people get funded on this live stream. But good morning, everybody. Throw what's going on in the chat. Let me know what you're looking at. NQ Trend Sniper, what's up? That was some dump out of NQ. Yes, we did have some news this morning. Talk about markets real quick before we hop into some hanging out, chatting. Paul, what's going on? Good morning. Muhammad, what's going on? Rumeg, what's up? Nate, what's up? Yassine, Daily Tail, Dwayne, what's going on? Tom, Let Futures, Raleigh, Kim, what's going on? Edmonds, Adam, Michelle, everybody's on here today. We got the whole crew. Blue Water Cruiser, ADO King, what's going on? Rhombus, Pro Trader, Glenn B, Dr. AK47, Big Frank, Joe, what's going on, guys? I know I'm going to miss some of you. I definitely am going to miss some of you. Ezal, what's happening? Welcome, Cyrus, Felipe, Mill, Dr. Rock. What's going on, Nate? What's happening? Welcome back, guys. Welcome back. Appreciate you hopping on as always. Real quick before we get ready to bring on a guest, let's just look at the markets. As I've been talking about earlier, and obviously we're going to be chatting it up, hanging out today. Probably not doing too much trading. As I've been talking about leading into Christmas and New Year's, this is just, in my humble opinion, in my experience, not the time to push it, right? It's okay time to trade. I think opportunities present themselves. We can get the big Santa rally. We can get big movements. But as a whole, man, coming into the end of the year, there's a lot of choppy, consolidating, low volume, slow moving price action and market structure that can really just eat traders up. There's also that psychological mindset, psychology piece that it's the end of the year, right? Kind of like don't F it up Friday and the end of the month and the end of the quarter. I've been stuck taking time away from family and just doing damage to myself and my accounts, pressing it into the end of the year during really less than ideal market conditions. So I think today is probably what a lot of traders are going to say is the last decent day of the trading year. It's Christmas Eve. Tomorrow we have a partial close, just so you guys are aware. The following day is Christmas. Merry Christmas to those who celebrate. I celebrate, obviously, hence the Santa hat, but you celebrate anything else, merry, whatever you celebrate. But full closure on Thursday, and then Friday is a full day open. We go into New Year's week where we have a lot of the same, kind of just in between Christmas and New Year's, man. It could be dicey. So anyway, we'll be hanging out, chatting it up. Got a couple people, I think, that are going to be getting ready to hop on here soon. As a whole, just quick market analysis while we are waiting for them to get ready. Popped to the upside yesterday, right? Gap up at the open. Opened up. We did not come back down and fill that gap. I got long in here. Not as nice of a trade as I would have liked, but whoa. Ended small green in the top 1 futures pre-live account that I've been trading with you guys. Pretty tight range here for ES, right? Look at last week's full daily ranges that we've got here on the 15-minute. This is MES. Pretty tight range, man. Today, coming into this open, we did have just some choppy consolidating VWAP price action. Did we crack prior day high? Yeah, we actually cracked. We traded a tick above prior day high, at least here on MES. And then we had, what was this morning? Prelim GDP. Red folder news came in, and the market didn't like that. Obviously, we sold off down through VWAP, and we've been pressing our overnight pre-market low to the downside here. Not quite down towards prior day low yet, but definitely down below yesterday's value area low. Really setting up for a little bit of a bearish open here. So we'll see what the market's got for us. I could see some potential scalpy trades setting up in here, but like I said, guys, for the most part, I'm going to be pretty hands-off, pretty low risk. I just don't think it's a great time to be pressing it like crazy into the end of the year. I think it's a good time to be getting set up on Tradeovate with top 1 futures, maybe testing that out, logging into TradingView, getting ready. Talked a lot about that. That is what I will be doing coming into the new year. Once we can swap over. But I am checking out. I got some guests in the background here, guys. Bear with me. I'm going to get ready to bring on. Looks like I got 2 in here. I was getting ready for 1, but looks like I got 2 in here. We have Clay, the founder of Top 1 Futures and Top 1 Trader, and Cameron. Cam is the affiliate manager, partner manager, one of the main guys on the Top 1 team. He does a lot more than just that. Cam's gonna have to introduce himself because that was a spotty introduction, but let's go ahead and bring these guys in. What's going on, guys? What's going on?
What up, dude? Cam's like my bodyguard when I do these. Like if somebody starts going crazy, he's like, ejector seat, ejector seat.
I'm here to keep things in check.
Got it.
And you wouldn't be able to tell by looking at him, but Cam's like 6'4".
Yeah, Cam's a big dude. Cam's the enforcer. He's gonna make sure the chat doesn't get out of line. Listen, Cam's got the kick button today, guys, so nobody act up. We're gonna keep this
good,
clean.
Dude. We got the Christmas cheer going on. I love that.
100%, man. Thanks for hopping on, guys. I appreciate it.
Yeah. No, thanks for having me. I mean, to all the people that are on here on the stream, we've been working with Zach for a little bit, and you couldn't have a more genuine dude that legitimately cares about seeing traders win, and also like what's credible, what's legit in the prop firm space, and helping, guide y'all to like getting payouts and becoming profitable and, developing strategy. So yeah, if you're getting on his stream every day, man, I think that's half the battle. Like following the right people, not half the battle, 90% of the battle, because there's so much like BS out there,
For sure. No, I appreciate that, Clay. It's been awesome to work with you guys from the beginning. Really at the start of Top 1 Futures, you guys were doing Top 1 Trader for quite a while before that, years before that, and paying out millions to traders. But yeah, it's been awesome to work with you guys, your team. And the vision from the beginning, right, was just really there, and that's why I was so quick to jump on and bring it to my community. Market's opening up right now, back to VWAP, but yeah, man, you guys have really been holding the ship steady, continuing to try to make the most aggressive program, especially in the instant funded prop space. It's been super awesome to get Tradeovate, Ninja Trader, TradingView.
It couldn't be better timing with Project X, like, shit in the bed pretty much. Which is crazy, man. I mean, I'm not going to hate on it. I loved Matt's video that he did about it. Like, they have been great to work with. I think it's just like, I don't know, maybe they had changed management, or, they started working with too many prop firms and just too much to manage. So I loved trading on Project X. I mean, it was super easy to use.
It's a clean
when
platform.
It works is the thing, though.
Yeah. No, I liked Matt's video, and I think that's just your guys' whole style, right? Is just not this drama, negativity. It's just kind of matter of fact. Like, here's what we're working with, and it came at an awesome time. I know that was going on behind the scenes, testing and working with them to get it rolled out, but it's came at the perfect time, especially with the Project X deal. But I think coming into New Year's for traders that are getting ready to make the swap over, to get some fresh accounts loaded up, start testing on either Tradeovate Ninja or linking those to TradingView and trading straight over from a TradingView chart. And I saw a lot of the updates coming from Tradeovate Prop, which is pretty sweet. They've got risk settings that they said early 2026 are going to have lockout features for everything. So I think a lot of the things that traders like me coming off of Project X, right, the platform that we all know and love, are looking for are going to be quickly added to Tradeovate. So
yeah, I think they're trying to fill in the gaps of like what Project X was doing that they didn't do. Yep. So, we'll see if it works out, man. This is a nice little pop on the open, isn't it?
Yeah, we were pushing right to the upside. Completely erased this news move here on ES. Take a look at YM. Yeah, really the same movement right back to VWAP. I'm curious to see if this is gonna be just a really big pullback, like a wick back up, take all of the weak shorts out that we're jumping in to follow this into the open, and we come right back down. Or if we're just gonna pop and continue the Santa rally that we've been having this week so far, just blast right off. I'm not looking for anything immediately off the open. I know we had that volatility through that news. This is pretty volatile. I'm waiting to see if we form some structure to the upside. Maybe we get a continuation long for me on MES. If we start to really aggressively sell back off here, I could see a short, right, following through, but this with the sell-off into that news, pop right back up, and now coming right back down to VWAP here, a little not enough direction for me just yet. Definitely not enough direction for me just yet.
Are you trading?
Oh. Yeah. I'm loaded up, ready to go. I got the pre-live account ready to go. But like I was saying before you guys hopped on, I don't find this time of year to be the point of time to be pressing it, right? Like, I've cooked myself coming into Christmas and New Year's one too many times. I just find it gets a little bit choppy, low volume, low volatility. And there's just the mindset piece that comes in where it's like, you're kind of like a lot of traders mess it up on Friday. We're coming into the end of the week. I want to end green, or I want to make some amount of money. I do think it's a solid time to be testing, to be, getting set up on Tradeovate, NinjaTrader, TradingView. And that's a lot of what I've been doing.
And the truth is most of the big players are out. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like banks, hedge funds, whatever. Like, so going to be a lot of trap moves. And I think I wouldn't be surprised if it ended up right where it opened.
Yep. I think we'll see a lot of that, man. Even like yesterday was like, nothing too crazy. We kind of just pulled this crazy back and forth chop right in here, like a little bit of a downward channel. But I mean, this was like over an hour of just back and forth chop. We finally popped a little bit, but I caught a little bit of a long out of this. But I mean, this is just not super ideal for most traders. Maybe some traders are super rangy scalpers, but I think again, I've done it before. Like a couple years back when I was really trying to make some progress. I'm hiding in the room, like in between Christmas and New Year's, and my family's outside hanging out. Yeah, I'm like taking 47 trade,
opening presents, and you're looking at like MetaTrader at like a red bloodbath, and you're
man.
Yeah, you're like nothing.
Yeah, no, all good.
Everybody knows that feeling. Yeah, And not to interrupt too, I was trying to join the chat for YouTube. I guess it won't connect. So I see a question there from Sandra. Good question for sure. We're going to make some new changes. We don't want to change the current accounts that we have, because anytime you make a change to an account, it's like, unless it's a super favorable one, but even then it kind of calls into question what's going on with that account. So we have some cool ideas for potentially some new accounts that would have a different kind of consistency pattern going on. Let me ask you this though, too. Would you rather have a lower or like a higher consistency rule, I should say, or to be able to copy trade more accounts?
Yeah, I just threw this one in the chat. If you guys have questions for the team, the people at at large here for Top One, feel free to ask away. But yeah, Sandra, see if you can respond to that one. You guys looking to copy trade more accounts? You're looking for wider rule set and a lower amount of accounts. Not just recommendations, guys, but if you have questions, that you want to you want to
So,
talk
and
about, that'd be great.
I love hearing the recommendations. This is like how I think we differ from a lot of the prop firms out there. It's not like we know best. We try to listen to what everybody says and does. And by the way, I just came on here to hang out, answer some questions. It's not like a big thing. One of my goals for next year is to just be, a lot more visible and do this kind of thing a lot more. So, to answer your question, the reason why I asked you a question to it, right? Like most people, I think I would rather be able to trade more accounts with a tighter consistency rule rather than trading less accounts with a higher consistency rule, because your chance of getting a bigger payouts a lot higher, right? So, but you can't do both. We wouldn't be able to relax the consistency. And when I'm talking about more accounts, we've even been talking about copy trading 8 accounts, 10 accounts. How could we do that? I think that would be pretty badass. But
no, there's a balance in there for sure, and I think it's been really cool that you guys have rolled out and listened a lot to the community, like you said, which is sweet. But rolled out really 3 different styles of accounts, right? 3 instant funded accounts: the OG instant funded, the straight to sim funded Pro, and then the Ignite instant funded. They all kind of serve a different purpose, right? You've got the higher ticket OG instant funded, right, with the widest consistency rule, biggest max payout. You've got the straight to sim funded Pro that are tighter intraday trailing drawdown, but a lower price point. And then you've got the cheapest instant funded accounts industry wide, right? Arguably, I don't know that there's anybody beating top one on the price of the Ignite instant funded. And still a really, really solid profit target ratio, no intraday trailing drawdown, and ability to copy trade quite a bit of accounts there. And then there's a little bit of a tighter payout cap. So I think it's been cool to just give those choices to traders and say, like, what kind of trader are you? Where are you at with capital? Where are you at with experience? And now you have a choice. But yeah, I'm interested to hear as well, guys. If you have, I'll read through some of these. We'll see.
And I'm trying to join the chat too. I don't know why. I mean, it's all good. So if I miss somebody that says what's up, I see you, like Dwayne. Saw you showed us some love in here, and our support is the best. So I think that's where we really stand out too. Daniel, what's up, dude? Kate. So anyways, if you guys show some love in there and I miss it, it's because I can't respond immediately in the chat, but I see you on. Thanks for the good vibes. And also too, I saw somebody ask, so yes, we will be giving away 500K in Ignite accounts. So 10 accounts, we'll do that too. So everybody loves giveaways. I do too. And it's a great way to get your foot in the door and maybe get a little early Christmas present. So
absolutely. We got the guys with Santa's bag full of toys coming today. So we're gonna definitely run some giveaways. I know these guys have limited time, but there's a handful of pretty good questions in here.
Yeah, if you want to find ones you think would be good.
Yeah, man. So this is some of these I think are pretty easy to look at. Higher consistency rule, right? Nobody wants consistency rules. I think there's a balance there, right? Like Clay was just talking about, guys, where the amount of accounts maybe that's copy traded is going to be relative to the rule set, right? I don't think on an instant funded account it's ever going to be able to have no consistency rule, right? That just really wouldn't make sense. So no consistency rule, I don't think is going to be a play. But I think throw these in here. How do you see the prop firm industry evolving in the coming year? What predictions would you make? That's kind of a wide question.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
That's a really good one.
So, and we were kind of talking about that on the call yesterday. I think in a lot of ways, which the traders or the customers like on the front side of it, but it's been like a race to the bottom for the past 2 years of who has the lowest price and who has the easiest rules. And I think that, it's in a lot of ways unsustainable. And you can see for that reason, I mean, that is the reason the prop firms aren't able to make payouts or collapse, right? Trying to keep up with the like lower prices, easier rules, enabled to, in order to sell more. And that's a philosophy of a lot of the companies out there, not our philosophy, although we do have good prices to try to be competitive and good rules. But me personally, I don't want us to be the cheapest firm. I want us to be the best, and where our customer service is the best. You get paid out, you follow the rules, you're going to get your payout, right? So to me, that is way more important than just like selling accounts or getting more customers through the door. And to answer your question, so I think a lot of the different firms, or some of them, will have some trouble, and the pendulum's going to eventually swing back the other way to where people become, or prop firms become, more like sustainability focused because they have to, like, I think, and we've done a good job of being in the middle. But like Tick Trader is a good example, not to throw anybody under the bus. That's not what I'm here for, but they've been going through some issues, I understand, and wasn't able to, like, they lost Trade Evade, right? So
yep.
And I think they had a pretty cheap, they had, like, you could copy 5 250K accounts, and their rules were pretty like favorable for the traders. So yeah, I mean, I think that is probably the big thing. I think we want to get super creative with some new account types and things that we do for traders as well. Like, I'm a huge fan of, like, incorporating coaching and, like, learning at the same time. We've done that with our academy, but man, it's kind of sad to see, like, only like 10% of people even log into it the first time. So, but
I think it's really tough. And I think you guys are really transparent about it, right? Hopping on and just openly, like, talking about it. It's trying to make the most aggressive, competitive program you possibly can for the traders, right? That's mutually beneficial from the trader perspective, right? They want the best opportunity. And, from the firm, right? You want to be competitive, you want to be able to sell accounts, but there's a balance there. If pendulum swings to way too aggressive, unsustainable, adjustments have to be made, or else, things can really start to go south, quickly. And of course, if it's just way too tight, it's not really competitive. It's not trader focused. So it's interesting. I think you guys have really tried to come out as aggressive as possibly, especially right off the rip, and toe that line of sustainability. And I liked some of Matt's first videos. Where it was like, here's our game plan. We're here for the long run. We are going to try to be as competitive and aggressive as we possibly can and trader focused. We're going to make mistakes, and we're going to try to adjust as we go. And we're going to do what you guys are doing right here, is listen to the trader, right? Talk to it, and talk to you guys and kind of hear the feedback. I see a lot of peeps talking about activation fees on elite challenges. I know those are there. I don't know that the challenge accounts have been the main focus this year, but maybe kind of re-evaluating some of that program and taking a look at the evaluation fee versus the actual activation fee, and the time to pass and all that fun stuff could be coming up.
Well, I can speak to the activation fees a little bit too, because I've seen some firms more recently drop the activation fee, and what they're doing in place of it on their evals is they're just putting a slightly smaller total price up front, where it's just a one-time fee, and then you got to pay, or you got to pass the eval and then get funded and get a payout. I do see, like, how it can be attractive. You just pay it one time, it's a little bit lower, but the activation fee, it's kind of like you only have to put a small chunk up front just to get the eval, and then you're paying the activation fee after you've passed it. I've seen that question come up recently, but, like, the more and more I think about it, I'm like, having the activation fee after you pass is kind of like a nice thing, because you can only front, a small cost up front to actually get your foot in the door, see if you can pass the eval. You pass the eval, you get the confidence, and then it's like, okay, of course I want to pay the activation fee and get funded. So I've seen a lot of firms doing the opposite recently, dropping the activation fee. Hasn't made a whole lot of sense, even from the trader's perspective, but hopefully that helps, like, the understanding of it.
Absolutely. Cam, thanks. Guys, throw this in the chat. For those of you that are asking, there was a lot of comments on that, which is interesting. I wasn't expecting so many comments on the challenge accounts. What do you guys prefer from a firm in general? Let's just make the answer simple. Higher priced, no activation fee, or lower priced eval with an activation fee after you pass? Throw that one in the chat. Let me know for those of you guys that were asking, because I'm curious to see. Do you want an account that is higher upfront price that you have to pay to start the eval with no activation fee, or would you prefer cheaper eval activation fee after? I'll take a look at some of these.
Another way, and it could be like a higher price, but no like recurring. So it'd be like a one time, almost like a one step, and like a lot of the Forex, prop firms.
Yeah. I'm reading through some of these. Some of these to me, guys. Yeah, more education and info on coming out for Trade-of-8 and TradingView. I've started to put out some of those. Increase the payout cap for Ignites to 1,000. Yeah, I think for that one, King Trader, it's going to just be a matter of the different account types, right? Like the Ignite instant funded, we'd all like one with no consistency and an unlimited payout cap, right? All this type of stuff. But I think like if you're somebody that's looking for the larger payout cap, ability to copy trade either the instant fundeds or the straight to sim funded pro. For me personally, trading with a firm, it's been around for longer. Yeah, for sure, absolutely. Just so you guys are aware, Top One launched. We're coming into month 9 so far. Top One futures.
So we officially started in like April, but we were getting everything behind the scenes set up in March. But
yep.
I remember our launch date was like April 2nd because we were going to do April 1st, but we're like, nah, that's probably not a good idea because it's April Fool's Day. So yeah.
For sure. So yeah, and just so you guys are aware, Top One Trader, which is the Forex and CFD side, is from the same team here, and they've been around. Are we guys going on 3 years now with that?
2023, yeah.
Yeah, 2023 with millions of dollars paid out to traders. So this, part of the reason I was so confident was, you guys had been here, right? It wasn't a group of people or a couple kids in their basement white labeling something. You guys have been in the space. You've seen, firms come and go, and we're sustainable on that side. So, it's awesome to see it go all the way into 2026, really, and to just be getting more and more competitive.
So closing out the year, we paid out, I think about $6 million for Top One Trader, and then 20 million for TOF. So
awesome.
Pretty, not especially a Top One futures, not bad for the first 9 months.
100%.
So it's been a crazy roller coaster behind the scenes. Not gonna lie, but we didn't expect to blow up that big. But
Yeah, so Dwayne saying, and I don't know if I pronounced that right, Dwayne, but he made a good point. He said if we could offer both, maybe a toggle, so that someone could choose between just a smaller upfront cost or with activation fee or a more expensive one.
Great idea.
It seems like a mixed bag on this one. I'm looking lower price with activation. Some of you are saying higher, no activation, lower all in. It's kind of a back and forth here. I do see a lot of lower with no activation fee to Cam's point, but maybe an option. One question I see just on the rule side, Rhombus, can we get rid of the 10-second rule? I don't think that's going anywhere. I'll let Clay and Cam take that one. From what I've seen, is actually more firms putting a minimum hold time rule, or actually making it a little bit stricter. I think the 10 seconds makes sense, but for the back end, I think it's important to have something like that in place.
Yeah, I mean the 10-second rule is just like kind of negates, even though you can't really do arbitrage with futures, but like there's still a lot of high frequency trading or somebody using a bot, or it makes it opens the door for a lot more toxic trading strategies. Let me put it that way.
Yep. I think for the most part, you guys are super wide. There's no news rule. In general, just like these little gotcha rules, there just aren't many at all. That one, again, is present at all but like one firm that I'm aware of, almost all of the instant funded ones. And again, guys, it's not that you can't have anything ever under 10 seconds, just so we're clear on that one for anybody listening in. It's a 10-second minimum hold time, and it's that excessive violations are going to have a problem. So anything that's close to 50% of total profit when you go to request a payout, or 50% of quantity of trades.
Right. So if you have a couple trades in there that are 8, 6, 7 seconds, it's not like you're going to lose your account or anything like that. But if you're like using a strategy, which is like high frequency trading,
I think you're going to struggle at most prop firms. It's just going to be a tough thing to manage, I think, in a live account, right? And that's kind of the goal, is to get guys from sim to a live account, be able to really, manage that. So it can be tough. So I don't think that one's going anywhere. I know it's like a hot topic because there was a firm that changed a lot to make it like a 1 minute rule, and I think that's way out there in the future space.
Most traders are trading on. Do you trade a 1 minute? What time frame do you trade?
For me, man, I'm mostly higher time frame. This chart right here, the one that I'm looking at, is a 1 minute chart.
Yeah, because you had it pulled up. I thought I remember from Tampa that you were more like 15-minute.
Yeah. For the most part, I'm a 5-15 minute. I've been testing a little bit more on MES, trying to get a little bit more trading in for these live sessions. I've had a lot of stuff go on. Just hold all day. Like, I'm holding on YM for like 5-6 hours, like all the way into the close. But yeah, guys, I think for the most part, if you're somebody that is primarily going to be, a tick scalping in under 10 seconds, that's going to be an issue for you. But I think for 98% of traders, that's not primarily what they're doing. You can try to adjust to that, or you can decide, hey, that's something that's not going to work for me. But yeah, guys, great questions. If you have more, feel free to throw them in. Watching the market. Try to continue this drive to the upside. I'll hop back over to MES here.
And what are you currently trading now? Are you on personal account, live account, or I know you go back and forth?
Yeah, for me, primarily here on the live sessions, it's been the Top 1 Futures pre-live account. This 15K pre-live account. It's the first one I got moved into, first live account with any firm, which was really cool. And yeah, man, I've been able to take 11 payouts and hold on to this thing for a couple of months. Nothing
dude, that's
crazy.
Impressive, man. I remember actually, a few months ago, you're on a dry streak, and you're like, all right, dude, Austin, I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, right. No. For sure, we were, because we talk behind the scenes. For anybody that that's not aware, the Top 1 Futures team, Clay, Cam, Matt, they're all super communicative, talking to everybody, all the traders, all the partners. But yeah, before this, it was pretty gnarly, man. Over the summer, it was a whole lot of nothing. I was trying to make it work on a 7-pack of the straight to sim fundeds. I came off of that. I traded the instant fundeds and worked one into some profit. And, my goal with this was to just try to hold on to it and take, small payouts, right, as soon as they come available. And I was able to do that coming into the end of 2025, which has been really cool, man. So
I think what really shows when somebody's making progress as a trader, or that you are like, I guess, legit, I guess you'd say, your ability to not take payouts so much as when you're in a drawdown and in a losing streak, if you don't crash, if your ability not to crash out and still stay focused and make it to the other side. Because everybody knows, like, including myself and everybody in the chat, I'm sure, been through many crash outs. I'm sure you have too, Zach, right?
Yep, absolutely. So
yeah, I mean, I think that is like if for anybody out there that's on a losing streak, man, the whole thing about trading is like switching your mindset. It's an opportunity, and also life too, but not to get too philosophical, but like if you're in a drawdown on a losing streak, it's an opportunity for you to be like, man, okay, what exactly am I doing wrong with my trading? And usually it boils down to, your psychology and risk management over trading and shooting yourself in the foot, but sometimes it's strategy too, but and also too, that kind of reminds me too about, and I was talking about this on Ace's stream, the consistency rule, we have to have a consistency rule and a rule in place. But like, if you change your mindset to, man, trading prop is a training ground to be able to build a strategy, build risk management, build discipline to where you could potentially trade a live account and trade it profitably. Like, if because who knows, maybe one day down the road you like sell a house or get an inheritance or something like that, or you know what I'm saying, like make some big business moves and you have a few, maybe $100,000 or 50 grand or even more in an account that you could potentially trade and multiply in a big way, but you wouldn't get on there and trade and just full port, right?
Yeah,
Like
no,
most people do.
100%.
And so that's the thing. This is if it takes you 2 or 3 years of doing prop and you're learning how to trade consistently, take a couple trades, to get a couple base hits, walk back, leave, come back the next day, and you're on your own personal live account. I mean, I think ultimately that should be the goal for everybody. So like the consistency, this is actually because when I started trading, it was before prop firms. So, I'd work my ass off for like a month doing construction, make a couple $1,000s, put it in like a Trader's Way account or, like a super shady broker account and try to flip it because I didn't know what else. And, and I just kept it's one thing if you're losing a couple $100 on losing an eval, but, I would put like 3 or 4 grand in an account, work, blow it. Dude, it was soul crushing, but I had no framework to learn how to trade in, so like I think prop firms really accelerate the learning process.
No,
so
absolutely, man, and it's a great point, and that's what I try to display and differentiate a bit. Like, yes, leveraging sim accounts and playing the prop firm game and being more aggressive can get you to payouts quicker. Maybe it can kind of reduce the time that you're spending. But to Clay's point, right? Like, what's your end goal? Is it just to get quick payouts? Is it just to, make it to, 1 or 2 and continue to lose accounts? Or are you actually trying to develop the skill set that would translate to a live account, right? And that's what I do. Trade live accounts on the side as well. Most of what I do on the back end outside of props is it's all live accounts. So, I think there could be a balance. I think learning on props with the long-term goal to say, yes, I want to make it to payouts. I don't want to spend, all day trading an eval for months and months and months. And I can, maybe I can withstand being a little bit more aggressive, but trying to find the balance between, being way too conservative and just completely YOLOing full port accounts, no stop loss, things that you would never do, and figuring out a way to try to game the system. First off, it's not going to work very well for long. You're going to get kicked from most firms. But, more importantly than that, maybe you do get your payouts and run it up for a little bit. You didn't develop anything that, that's going to translate to a live account. You're not trading. You're not managing risk. In fact, you do the opposite. You develop these really, really bad habits. So, for anybody listening out there, I think this is coming from Clay, who's incentivized to not say that, right? To say, stay on props for forever, to have a long-term goal of thinking about funding your own live account personally, or, as you start to progress in your life outside, like you said, are you developing the skill set that's going to allow you to scale, right? Can this be done with, larger amount of money behind it? Or, are you just smashing the reset button 1,000 times? So,
and it's crazy too, because we see it like, traders, it's like, and also I guarantee traders that most of you all, the listeners, follow on Twitter and whatever. And it's like they get 4 or 5 payouts and like, oh, okay, well, we should put them in a live account now because they've already got X amount of payouts and, fit the like criteria to do that. But the thing is like, then they get in a live account and literally blow it like within, 24, 48 hours because, what they're doing is full porting, using the daily loss limit as a stop loss. And then if they get taken out, then they buy another account and sure, they get a lot of payouts and that's what they show on Twitter, X or whatever. But the truth is like, you put them in a live account and there's really not an actual strategy or risk management discipline tied to it. So, which is why I've always been a super big supporter of like, just kind of like staying in your own lane, trading as much as possible and not like watching what everybody else is doing. You know what I mean? Like, or comparing your payouts to somebody else's, because dude, you never know what's going on behind the scenes.
There you go, guys. Straight from the guys that see it here. So yeah, I think thinking about this as a long game, right? Really thinking about this as a long game, and you're probably going to get kicked eventually to a live account. So being prepared for that. But we got a handful of good questions. I'll run through a
Yeah.
couple of these quick. I know you
Can I
guys don't
answer a
have
couple
all
of
day.
these?
Sure.
So
Yeah, go for it.
me and Cam, do we trade personally? Yeah, I mean, I started off in kind of what I was just saying. You know, I started off trading Forex and started in 2015. I had like a coaching group. Man, you know, so I've been in the markets for 10, 11 years now, going on 11. But once we started, I still traded more with Top One Trader. But once we had Top One Trader and Top One Futures, man, I just personally don't have the time to like, I could, but I want to use that other time to like go to jujitsu or like travel or go to the gym, because like, man, to be profitable trading and consistent. And this gets on with the next question from Rhombus. You guys have a lot of data by now. What do you see the best indicators for profitable traders? I'll tell you what I think. I think it's your ability to really be in touch with the market. Like, you know, you walk away from the desk, you know where YM or NQ is or gold, and you're like super in tune with what's going on in the markets. And if you're not, if you're kind of like half in, half out, like checking your phone, you know, like whatever, not dialed in, then you're gonna get run over by the people that are. So, and you know, the best indicators for profitable traders are the ones that take base hits, take a couple trades a day generally, and you know, come back tomorrow rather than like having 80 trades in a trading session or 60 or whatever, because that just builds bad habits, like Zach said. So
Nice.
Well, and in futures, we see a lot of people using like volume metrics. So like volume profile, a lot of the stuff Zach has pulled up on VWAP. A lot of people are, whatever they're doing, technical analysis, price action or whatever, combining it with the volume metrics is going to give you like a behind the scenes look at what's really going on. And from a lot of traders I personally talk to, that's a big thing they use.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think VWAP for sure is when it comes to futures and day trading like this in a session, I think it is super powerful in terms of indicators.
For sure. Couple ones I see in the chat. Yes, the Ignite is an instant funded account. They have 3 of them. No news trading rule, guys. You are able to trade multiple of the different types of accounts, just not copy traded altogether. We talked about that 10-second rule quite a bit. Thanks for the answer, Clay. Much appreciated from Rhombus. Absolutely.
Yeah, and I got some good feedback in that. And this was like a breakthrough I had with trading. Like, just like even if you're not like, hey, putting a trade on, you're still trading. If you're watching the markets and in tune, you don't have to have a trade on to be trading. You know, like if you, because that's the thing. You're like, oh man, okay, I'm going to sit down. I'm going to get my coffee. I'm going to do some trades. So I better start trading now, right? Like that's actually not. It's kind of the opposite. I mean, that's more gambling anyway. So like trading is like, okay, cool. I'm watching, being patient, letting my setup play out, and you even if you don't take a trade for 2 days, you're still trading, right? 100%. Like honestly, that's probably even better. The best trades are the ones you don't take. I mean, y'all have probably heard that before too. So,
absolutely,
yeah,
great insights. That's a big one. Hugely profitable at this point. When I reduce the number of trades per day, I have more control over my trading than I see, and I can see the journey getting better. Yeah, man. You know, if you're hopping on every day to just take 47,000 trades, you're not really letting the market come to you. You're not patiently waiting for your setup and a good way to structure risk. You know, you're trading for the sake of trading. And like Clay just said, and then you guys see me do that a lot on the live streams. Sometimes I get some flack for it, but most of the time, the community is pretty hyped because I'll be like, kind of like today, hey, maybe this is not going to be great market conditions. We've seen a lot of this stuff before. Maybe it's a better time to hop on with the guys from Top One and talk about trading, answer some questions, watch the markets, because hopping on every single day at the exact same time and taking 5 trades, I don't know any strategy that allows for that. I don't know how that works out well for anybody.
And the thing is if you're patient and then and you have hey, this is my A setup and this is my B setup, right? And it's like the A setup's happening, and this is like one where you're like 80% of the time it works out, or like whatever that might be. Then I would say, take advantage of it. Don't put 100 trades on, but like that's the time to be like, okay, cool. This is my setup. Put a trade on. It's going my way. Maybe trail the stop, add another position, and kind of lean into it a little bit when those opportunities happen, which kind of just comes with experience too. So, but some people have like a limit, 2 trades a day. That's good, or 4 or 5. But I think it comes down to the strategy as well.
Yep. Comes down to the trader, right? Some guys are going to be, much less trade frequency like me. Some are going to be, higher frequency, but whatever it is, wait for your setup to come, right? And you're hearing some of the data, which I think could be really helpful from the back end, from the guys that are looking at it. Clay and Cam are sharing, the guys that are doing well usually aren't taking 47,000 trades. A lot of the guys that are ripping through accounts to get to quick payouts are not able to manage live accounts at all. In fact, the opposite. They're losing live accounts in 24 to 48 hours. They're running no stop losses.
And eventually they'll get the boot for sim farming. If somebody's just like putting a million trades on or whatever, not a million, but like 1,000, and buying 25 accounts in 30 days, like, that's not what we're looking for, So
I think that's it's a hot topic for sure. I think that's something that I've been really impressed with. And a lot of we were talking about sustainability and rules and pricing. The sim farming stuff, just the blatant sim farming stuff, it's not sustainable from a firm perspective, from a trader perspective, from
everybody knows what it is now.
Too. Yeah, everybody knows the game. So that's something you guys from the beginning were like, absolutely no, that's not what we're here for. Don't come over here and run the game. You were one of the
first ones that's like, guys, I think this is going to be a problem. You need to be on the lookout, because I know this is happening with other. You can just read about it on Twitter and X and whatever.
Yeah. So. Super prevalent, but again, that's not the end goal, right? It's to get traders live. You guys are moving traders to pre-live and live accounts faster than anybody in the industry, and if it's the focus is on getting guys to rip through accounts and pay out big payouts, and then they can't trade live accounts. That's not really it's not really supporting traders getting to live. Got some.
You want to do some giveaways?
Yeah, man. I think it's giveaway time. I know we're coming up on the end. Chat. Are you guys ready?
Remember, but not to interrupt you, but like how I said, I bet the market goes right back to where it opens.
There we go. Yeah, right back in, man. This is just not it for me today, guys. It was the sell-off, on this news. Pop at the open actually came back to VWAP, cracked. So this looked good to the upside, and then here we are on MES at least like 80 ticks off the high, chopping right around VWAP. So yeah, I think be cautious, guys, if you're trading. Right, no suggestions or recommendations, but as a whole, these markets right around the holidays, like Clay said, everybody's taking off. They're hanging out, drinking eggnog. All the big players, the funds, the institutions, the algos start to get shut off. But
really Clay, quick too, I gotta speak to trading around the holidays, because like when I saw you trading like this time of the year, I was about to ask in the beginning of the stream like how you felt about it, because last year in December I went on like the craziest streak I ever went on. I don't think I lost a trade for 3 weeks straight, and I traded New Year's week. The market shifted completely on me. There was no volume. It was dead, and it was like right before the election too. I didn't win a trade for like a single week, and I literally lost like everything I had built up. It was I have like PTSD with trading the markets this time of the year.
Yeah, man, I've gotten cooked. I've shared it, but I've gotten cooked. It was a couple years ago. I can't remember if it was 2 to 4 years ago, where I didn't have a great year that year, and I could specifically remember the mindset. I was coming in, I was pushing it. If I just make back this, and I was putting on way more risk than I was at any other time. And I literally remember just a super big red day, cooking myself. Maybe not the biggest red day, but pretty big red day, cooking myself. And even worse than like just taking the unnecessary losses and straight straight chop. I come outside and I'm like, I could have been hanging out with my family, right? Could have been hanging out, and now I'm a piece of garbage because I'm all pissed off, because I didn't get anything rolling. But
in the fetal position under the tree.
yeah, man, yeah. So guys,
everybody knows that feeling, dude, for sure.
Clay, you were talking about some giveaways, man. What are you thinking? What do we have on deck for this?
So we're gonna do, and we were talking about it in our chat before, and we're gonna do 5, but I was like, screw it. Let's do 10 50Ks, 500K, and it counts. So that should get people hyped. And somebody said introduce to the duck races. Let's go.
There we go. Giveaway form is live in the chat, guys. I'm going to make this one easy just because we got so many extra people on. Giveaway form is live in the chat. Give it up for Clay and Cam coming in. 10 50K instant funded accounts. These are the no activation, no challenge, no time limit to pass accounts. I'm super hyped that we get to give them away. These guys are super supportive of me and my stream, so I really appreciate it, guys. It's awesome. You do a ton for my community and everybody in here. So these are the guys behind the scenes on the giveaways, so give it up for these guys. But form is in the chat, guys. It doesn't have to be in Discord. I'm throwing it in Discord as well, but I'm trying to make this one as wide open as we can. I'm only going to give you a couple minutes because these guys don't have very long, so we'll start running some duck races. You guys, whenever you have to head out, feel free. But guys, giveaway form is live. I'm just making sure I can get it pinned real quick. Go ahead and get this one filled out. Please only fill it out one time. Cam is the man that sends these, and if you if you fill it out more than once, you're getting the boot. So don't do that.
Straight ban.
Yeah, straight ban. Let's see. Yeah, I see. Responses rolling in. Nice. I actually had to subscribe to the duck race. I had to get the premium version because we got more people on the streams now.
Nice.
I'm over the 100-person limit. So
that's how you know you're leveling up, when you got the premium duck race.
that's how you know. That's how you know. No, it's been crazy, man. I started putting out, just while this is getting filled out, started putting out content beginning of last year, and it's now well over 100 concurrent across platforms. His chat is active like this. Obviously, these guys are hyped up today for seeing you guys. Yeah, just one form, guys. I see the questions. One form. Form should be available. I see a ton of responses rolling in, so guys should be good to go here coming up in just a minute.
And dude, Zach, are you doing Christmas in Florida?
I am. I'm back up north. Back up north in the hometown. The usuals on here can. Yeah, I'm in New York.
Did you end up getting a deer when you went deer hunting?
No deer for me. Yeah. We saw a ton of does, ton of bucks. Yeah, we saw a lot, man. But we're trophy hunting now. Me and my pops were.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man, we were in upstate New York, but it's like you take the 4-pointer, 6-pointer, and then it's like, all right, now I got to wait for the big one to come. So we forego the good venison, which I do like, but we were waiting, and yeah, man, yeah, it's good stuff. But yeah, I only get like 4 good days up there, so rather than like centerfire rifle for upstate New York, it's usually like right before Thanksgiving. So I usually go up there. It's pretty cool. We do the cabin thing and get to hang with family for a little bit, and then come home for Thanksgiving. And usually you have a big story and a bunch of venison to give everybody. But so guys, let's see.
Kevin, what's up, dude? I see Kevin in there from St. Pete and Sarasota. Nice.
Oh
yeah, cool,
awesome.
Man. I'll be back down there after New Year's. We should link up.
Let's do this, guys. I'm gonna give you another just a minute here to get this form filled out. I'm getting the duck race loaded up. We can hang out running a ton of these because everybody loves them. But guys, whenever you have to hop, maybe if you want to go after the first one or something like that, you can. No worries at all.
Yeah, I'll stick around for a little while longer.
The people love the duck races, so let's
get this rolling. Now come with level 2 data.
Yep, we're subscribed to level 2 data on these. So all right, guys.
AK, appreciate the good vibes, man, for sure. Like I said, I'm gonna try to get on these streams a lot more, answer questions, see what everybody's feeling, and it's my goal for the upcoming year.
Absolutely, always welcome on these streams. I think it's awesome. I think it's awesome to to get the guys that are making the decisions, behind the scenes in front of the chat for, free streams, right? I run everything free 99 over here. So let's do this. I'm going to make a note on the last person that filled it out. We got the duck race loaded up. Let me just make this note so I know nobody gets doubled up. Guys, form's going to stay open. We're going to have some fun today. Feel free to get this one filled out. Let me just make sure we're ready. Boom. Let's run it. We got 100 ducks in a line. Guys, this is the Cam and Clay. These are the duck races that we run on here. It's a random number picker. Good luck. This is going to be for the first one. I don't know how many we're going to run with everybody on,
like
but...
Looks like some double entries in there. Not gonna lie. Look how many.
We got. Let's see. I do pretty good about checking through, but
it looks pretty stacked though.
We're pretty stacked here today. Let's run it, guys. Duck race number 1. 3 minutes on the clock. You got YouTube username. We'll see who's round 1. But I'll hang out. I'll hang out after. We'll run a bunch of duck races today, guys.
Again, if you in hard.
Oh yeah, right out front.
There we go. Nice.
Clay, where's your duck?
Huh? I'm going for the panda duck. There's like a panda looking duck or a pirate. Last time there's a pirate duck. That was the one I was rooting for.
This is like the dog races they used to run over here in Bonita until the county shut them down.
Oh right,
the Greyhound races. Yeah.
Dude, this is a long duck race. What do you have?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to drop this down. We're gonna make these 60 seconds going forward, guys. This was a 3-minute one.
I was gonna record it, but
Ace had like a 15-second duck race on.
Oh yeah, he was running them quick.
15 seconds, dude, for sure. You're just popping them off.
All right, we're dropping it down. If you guys missed it in chat, form's still open. We got 10 50K Ignite instant funded accounts up for grabs. Shout out to the guys from Top 1 on the stream today coming in. Staying merry for Christmas here. Love it.
For sure. How long are you in New York?
I'm here through next weekend, hanging out.
Okay.
Yeah, got family up here. No, I'm back home in Florida for Monday.
New Year's for Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah, man.
You like Fort Lauderdale?
Yeah, I love it, man. Yeah. Love
Nice.
South Florida. It's awesome. I'm from up here originally, but it's solid, man. Been down there for quite a while, so I do enjoy it.
Did you get your streaming shack?
Oh, it's almost ready, man. Almost ready.
Yeah,
All
nice,
electrical
dude.
up, mini splits in, insulation walls, lights. It should be done by beginning of New Year. So I'm hyped, man. Got a whole new setup coming for streaming.
Did you do it all yourself?
Nah, I wish I could say I built it all myself, but I've been paying out for it for sure.
Yeah.
Little above my pay grade to run electrical and
I didn't know, man. I didn't know.
I appreciate the vote of confidence. Guys, 30 seconds. We're going to drop these way down since we got so many to rattle off. We're going to do quick duck races today. I am going to clip this form because I'm starting to see a couple duplicates come in. Last chance to get it filled out, guys, before I clip it, and I'll run it with the well over 100 that we have in here.
Yeah, anytime a duck gets in first place, it gets a little tired. It looks like with
Yeah, I mean this is like a marathon, dude.
Dude, we're getting stop losses hit on these. We're getting a lot of stop losses on these ducks today, guys. Here we go out front. Let's see. Paresh K with the W number 1. I'm definitely gonna have to be marking these down. Congrats, where you at in the chat? Paresh W's in the chat. All right, let me edit this up real quick. Hang tight, guys. If you just want to check out Top 1 futures, just so everybody on here knows, they are 55% off, still running. If you want to support your boy, support the stream, code RDF. But do we know how long that one's going to run for, guys? This was nice to get right before Christmas.
Yeah, so we off the top of my head, I don't want to say exactly the game plan because I don't want to say it wrong. But we have something that's everybody's gonna be stoked on planned.
Nice.
So
got something loaded up. All right, I don't want to put you on the spot.
And also like a new thing. All right. Yeah.
Nice. We'll leave it. We'll leave it there, guys.
I don't know. I think maybe the 27th or 28th. Do you remember, Cam?
The last time I checked, it was today, but I'll have to double check and get in touch with you, Zach, because
Cool.
it could have been extended.
Yeah, no worries, guys, but don't sleep on it if you want to check it out. All right, we got 15-second duck races loaded up. We're going to rattle these off quick. Let's go, guys.
Let's go.
I'm getting ready to mark it. Again, we did 1 of 10 so far. Round 2, 15 seconds on the clock.
All right, here we go.
There we go. Let's see. Maybe the breakout duck actually gets this one.
Yeah, the front duck never wins, so you know. You up? Nice. Congratulations.
There we go, guys. I'm gonna run these quick. We're gonna go back-to-back 10, and I'm gonna come back and watch the stream. Here we go, guys. Get ready. We're gonna remove the winner so nobody wins a double. We're racing again. Round 2. 15 seconds to go.
I mean, when we're giving away 10 accounts, you know, this is the way to do it.
We got to do it quick.
Yeah. There's the panda. Here we go. Oh, the red duck.
Oh, red duck out of nowhere. Sonny's gadget.
Nice.
Here we go, guys. We're gonna run it back. Removing the winner from the race. That was 3
50K Ignite accounts we're giving away. So this is good.
We got number 4 coming up, and again, really appreciate you guys hopping on. I know you're gonna be getting ready to head out. Thanks for coming to talk with everybody, answer questions. Excited to do more of it for sure.
Yeah, totally. Couple times a month, and just kind of rotate your stream, Austin's stream, Ace's too. His prop hub deal is pretty cool. So
absolutely, man. Let's go. Race number 5 is off. I'm here. Thanks. Yeah, we got a lot of love in the chat, man. You guys are awesome. Appreciate everybody tuning in today.
This is fun too. So, victory blessing.
Victory blessings, absolutely. We got some OGs. I know some of these names are here almost every day. So, let's go. Nice. Let's go. Racing again. This is race number 6. I'm gonna try to keep track so I don't do too many. Uh-oh.
Snowman duck.
Very appropriate snowman duck down on the bottom.
Do they get a pick like their duck skin and everything?
No, it's random picks. Ruben T, there's the Discord OG. He's here all the time. Congrats, Ruben. We're going to keep running these quick. That was number 6. I'm lucky I got premium. This would have immediately kicked me out with this many ducks and this many races. There's Ruben T in the chat.
I mean, if it was 30 minutes, 3 minutes, if you did back to back to back, it would have been 30 minutes.
Yep. Trade with Luan. There we go. That's another one. A lot of these guys are from the Discord. Race number 7. Let's go. Again, if you guys hopped on late, I'm repeating it a bunch of times because we're usually doing maybe 1. Maybe we catch 1. We got 10 today. 10 50K instant funded accounts too. So it's
good deal, man. Victory blessings. Got a couple more.
Go. Paresh says first win for me ever, made my Christmas. There you go. Mad Skills 26 with the W on the number 7 race. Race number 8. I'm physically counting so I don't do too many.
Is this 8?
This is number 8 right here.
Okay, nice.
Oh, let's see. Bags from the middle of nowhere with the snowman hat duck. Very festive. Let's go, guys. 2 more. Really nice to see a ton of winners. I should win. That was great. There we go.
Duck.
Strawberry duck out front. Spider-Man down on the bottom. Ooh, breakout duck on this one. Traded by Zal. There we go. Let's go. Last one, guys. Good luck, everybody. Record amount of traders. I don't know. I think 10 races for a little over 100 on here, man. We had a great odds to get funded.
Those are great odds for sure. I mean, 1 in 10,
absolutely. There we go. I don't know how to pronounce the name on this one, but that was winner number 10. I see a handful of people asking, guys. These will come straight from Top 1 Futures to the email that you provided in the form. So hang tight. We'll get these names over to Cam. We'll get you guys funded.
Nice.
So, awesome. Well, but guys, appreciate you.
Thanks for having us on.
Appreciate you guys hopping on. Thanks for being here, answering questions. Chat, now's your chance to thank these guys for hopping on. Won't be the last time for sure.
Yeah, we'll figure out a date after New Year's for sure.
Absolutely. We'll run it back, man. Let me go ahead and bring this over. Thanks, guys. Appreciate you. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year's,
everybody.
And
Peace.
we'll run it back. I'll send you guys out.
See you, bro. Peace.
All right. See you guys.
Chat, that was awesome. Super, super, super awesome. We got 10 people funded today on the live stream. I really appreciate those guys for hopping on. It's awesome. That was kind of a last minute thing. Cam hit me up and Clay hit me up rather, and then Cam hopping on as well. We're gonna have more of it, like they said, probably right after New Year's. Their goal is making the rounds on everybody's live streams to get in front of the traders, get in front of different communities, to answer questions, to speak really frankly. I think you got to hear it today for sure, directly from Clay, who is one of the founders of Top One Trader, Top One Futures, answering your questions, speaking super directly on different topics that you guys have questions for. So I'm psyched to do it. I'm really happy to do it. So I'll be letting you guys know. Maybe I'll have a little bit more heads up than next time to kind of hype it up. But yeah, congrats to all the winners. I know we had a ton of people on here. We got 10 W's today. That was 10 instant funded accounts from Top One Futures. They're the 50K Ignite. The most giveaways by a long shot. Again, shout out to them for hopping on and supporting the community to do it. Before I talk markets, which I'm going to do, I'm not going to go anywhere just yet. If you guys want to check out Top One Futures, if you haven't seen it just yet, if you want to check it out, I'm going to throw the link in chat. Cam was saying that this was supposed to end today, but he was going to follow up with me. Code RDF supports me, supports the stream. If you want to check it out, link is in the chat. As always, do your own research, make your own decisions, make sure this is a good fit for you. But one of the best opportunities, in my humble biased opinion, to get set up with a Tradeovate prop account. Tradeovate, NinjaTrader, and TradingView to get the heck off of Project X. So if you guys want to check it out, feel free right there. I'm going to talk markets just for a little bit because we're still early here. We're just coming up on initial balance. I'm going to hang with you guys. We'll have some fun. We ran the giveaways early. It was awesome to have those guys on. I'll read through the chat. We got a ton of people on, man. We were over 100 on YouTube there, or almost at 100. Let me see. What do we got going on? Yeah, man, we got a ton of people on YouTube. We got a ton of people on X. We got more people on Kick. If you guys don't know, if you're new, since we got so many new people, live trading here almost every dang day, 9:15 a.m. Eastern, 100% free. No course, no VIP, no Discord. Bunch of fun stuff like we just did. We don't always give away $500,000 in instant funding in Sim Capital. We don't always give away 10 instant funded accounts, but we do try to run giveaways almost every day. So feel free to subscribe. You can hop in the 100% free Discord if you'd like. I'll throw that link in chat as well. We'll take a look at the markets coming up here. Pretty choppy back and forth. I will say that right off the bat. But yeah, let me do this. And if you didn't get to ask a question, if you didn't get a question answered, feel free to hop in the Discord, and I'm happy to relay the stuff. Again, I'm really, really grateful. It's one of the reasons, right from the beginning, why I was so comfortable getting partnered and working with these guys, is because they are so communicative. It's not even an open door. Like, they spend almost all of their day working on improving their program, right? The entire business model, making sure it's sustainable, but taking feedback, right? Taking feedback from all of the different communities, right? So like he said, he's on Austin's stream, Tanner's stream. I know he was on Prop Hub, Ace's stream. So it's awesome to see that from CEOs, right? And founders. I don't want to get their titles wrong. I know founders, co-founders, but the powers at large, right, that are defining these rules, defining the prices, what we can and can't do. So I'm happy to be able to get them on the stream to bring them in front of you guys. But let's see. All fun. Merry Christmas, everybody. BRB. We'll see you soon. Merry Christmas. Yeah, we ain't going anywhere just yet, guys. I'm gonna hang out for a little bit. That was cool. W stream. Yeah, a ton of people winning accounts. We got 10 people funded. 10 people instantly funded on the stream. Super show is that. Great guess. Absolutely. Congrats to all that won. Yeah, some of you guys hopped on late. We did a 10-pack of giveaways. But again, if you want to stay up on all this stuff, feel free to hop in the free Discord, right? There's no course, no VIP. I try to keep you guys updated. I plugged it 47 times. I saw Purple Ninja hop on here and say, all right, I definitely missed something. You definitely did miss something, but I plugged it across all of my socials as soon as I knew last night, and I tagged everybody, said, do not miss this stream, man. They're pulling up guns blazing with this one. But yeah, chats, you guys were awesome today. Super awesome. I almost always have such a great chat. You guys asked really good questions. Everybody was super cool. You didn't pull any punches. Everybody, said what they wanted to see from these guys, which is important. But really, really cool to see. Really cool to see. So let's take a look at the markets. I'll also just tell you this real quick. We not only are we doing giveaways, we have people taking payouts from the giveaway accounts. So Andrew Baggs, who I think might have just won another account, he wrote this in the Discord this morning. Finally taking a payout from one of the Ignite accounts I won on stream. Oh, excuse me, this was last night, 8:30 p.m. Eastern. Just in time for Christmas. He took a $1,000 payout from one of the instant funded accounts that he won on stream. He literally went 0 to 1,000. And then this morning at 6:48 a.m., he updated payment received from requesting payout at 1 a.m. UK time after my trade this morning to getting an email on the way to the gym this morning for payment. And he wrote, P.S. I'm not affiliated or sponsored. I've been testing out all accounts with firms to see how really legit they are. See how legit they really are. So we now are not even getting traders funded. We're getting traders to payouts in the community with no investment. Again, is that super common to happen? Absolutely not, man. To go from 0 to $1,000 payout, I think is an amazing feat. But I love to see it. I love to see that these accounts aren't just, going by the wayside to get YOLO'd. But congrats to Andrew Baggs, man. I definitely wanted to hype that up. I'll be throwing out some hype up posts on social for you guys for sure, for everybody that's sharing in the community. But let's take a look at this market, because we did talk duck races, we talked prop firms a bunch. We're coming up on initial balance, and I just want to frame this out because obviously that was for the most part just hanging out and talking. Choppy overall, man. We popped at the open really aggressively, right? So this is going to be our initial balance once we get it. We have it already. Sorry, we already have our initial balance high and low. Let's go ahead and get this one set. Whoa, this is going to be our IB low right in here. Get these right to the exact spots. If you're new here, again, I know we got a ton of people on. Feel free to ask questions. I'm here trading live every day, but I'm happy to answer questions about trading, about my charts. I don't claim to be the best trader in the world. I don't claim to have it all figured out. I don't claim anything, in fact. I just trade live every day for free. So you can watch me take wins, take losses. Like Clay and me and Clay were talking about, go on, dry spells, some tough periods, and then, run it up in live accounts, right? Everything in between. So just showing what we got for the markets here, man. Pretty choppy, right? We sold off on this red folder news at 8:30 a.m. coming into the open. We popped really aggressively. We did get back above prior day high, right? Coming off of yesterday's candle right here. Retest VWAP pushed to the upside all the way down. We really couldn't take it lower, and now it looks like we are headed back out towards initial balance high. I do think there's a case to be made for the longs. I saw a couple of you guys say longs only on this. I don't know that we flipped this thing bearish today, right? I do like to look at a daily chart to get a really, really higher time frame perspective, even though I'm zoomed in on the 1 minute, trading a lot tighter. I like to utilize the higher time frame trend, right? Understand, that's a key part of it. I don't know that we flipped this bearish, right? What is the opportunity here? A continuation, a Santa rally, right? All the way through all-time highs that could be in store today. Or coming into Christmas Eve tomorrow. I don't know, after this 10:30 that we just break and run. It's been pretty choppy so far. If your thesis is long, I think now is the opportunity, right? I think you do have a way to structure risk, either right below this structural low or all the way outside of initial balance low to run this thing long. It's a pretty tight range so far for the day. This is really, nothing to write home about. So we definitely can have room to move if we start to go, these highs, right? This is the next level all the way up here. This is what I would be looking at for potential take profits. If we started to get above, let's say, the 69,060s, potentially up above that level all the way to prior highs, right? Prior all-time highs. So I might actually mark out a zone here because I could consider taking this long. Kind of a similar trade as yesterday, just trying to find a way in long on this bad boy. I'm gonna try to find a zone below these lows. I think I'd be looking right in here. I'd be catching just the top end of this, these impulsive movements and a little bit of this consolidation. If I look on a 15-minute chart, this will be like the top end of this area of high volume, like as a target to come all the way up into this area if we're going to start to break and run. But I don't know that I want it, man. I really don't. Like I said, I've traded through this time of year. We talked about it a lot. Traded through this time of year. Cam talked about it. He was on a win streak, really aggressively trading right through New Year's and, back-to-back-to-back losses and blew up. I'd be cautious, man. I'd be cautious putting a lot of risk on. And I think as much as it's the markets, it's also the mindset. It's this desire to press it, desire to make money, desire to have a great Christmas and to take a big payout and to try to make it all happen in one day. So, I'd be a little bit cautious, really trying to press your luck on this, man. I think waiting patiently for your setup to come, making yourself available like I am right here, but recognizing, market conditions might be less than ideal coming into Christmas Eve, which is tomorrow. But I'm going to see if we get a little bit of a pullback. I could consider a long here, aiming for a break of this IB high, which is formed second. If we break, it's not a bad play to come all the way up here. I could see running something like this on the micro chart here. Pretty limited risk. I've been pretty comfortable around that $500 level. Yeah, this would be fine to run something from right up here. But overall, somewhat choppy, right? Like not super directional right off of the open. Kind of like what we saw yesterday. Like I think this was pretty gnarly. I saw a lot of traders posting that they got chopped up. This was not to their liking. They were trading for, a continuation to the upside, continuation to the downside. And we kind of just did this all day, right? And then we came up and then we kind of just did that all day. So, it's not that we can't break and run. It's not that we can't have a huge movement. I don't want to, speculate and say we're not going to do anything. We're just going to chop, right? But, be cautious, right? Maybe review some past years, review some past data, and make that decision for yourself, which is, I think, what you should be doing. But let's see what you guys got. Let's see what you guys got on the chat. Longs only. Nice, same for me, for sure. 10 races, but no account also. Zach, you're talking like a man who's had too much turkey at Christmas dinner. Yeah, getting sleepy, not taking trades. If it's going down, only level SC, you're looking at YM 48.7, 8.7. Let's go around the horn on these real quick and take a look. Take a look at the 15-minute. Yeah, YM poised to make a move to the upside as well. Pretty clean movement all the way back down. Didn't come all the way into prior day's volume point of control, but definitely into this area of high volume. These could be setting up, right? They could be setting up for the run to the upside. I think that's the only direction that I'm looking right now. I don't see the trend and the continuation for a move down. We do have a gap down there. I'm sure, with that not being filled yesterday, we probably have a lot of traders looking to target that. But if I'm going to take anything, it's a long. I was waiting for a little bit of a dip down to see if we just got another retest. We kind of did it right here before I marked up that IB. We did it right in here, and this would have been a pretty sweet entry for a long play. Stop loss down here, stop loss down here. Waiting for this thing to continue, or even as we started to break back above prior day high and an overnight high. Again, guys, it's just not it for me to press it this week. I'm gonna wait to see what we get as we approach IB high here. We break out and start to run. Could start to look for something. Let's see. No clear direction. Very easy to stay off the charts today. Yeah. I could absolutely see that. Christmas slow chat is still on. Oh yeah, I had I kicked on 60 seconds, like nothing crazy, but I kicked on 60 seconds for YouTube. You guys were rattling off questions here, so I was trying to have a second for everybody to read them before we got overloaded. That's all that we have there. And then I actually had subscriber mode off to start, but we kicked that on. But no time limit. We kept it really open today. Headed out, gang. Going to be back after Christmas. Merry Christmas, Mike Z. Absolutely. Cheers to you guys. Awesome. Appreciate you guys hopping on, man. It's been a really fun year. We're not done with live streaming for the year, but for those of you guys that are headed off, today is my last live session before Christmas. I'm not streaming for Christmas Eve tomorrow. Be off the charts for the most part, hanging out with family. No stream on Christmas or the day after. No interest on doing anything besides hanging out and opening presents, heading to church, and having a good time with family up here like I was talking about. I'll be back next week for a pretty full schedule. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, be live streaming 9:15 a.m. Eastern, and then the day after New Year's Day, once the market opens up, first day of 2026, I'll be live here with you guys. That's January 2nd, Friday, January 2nd. But again, like I said, less than ideal. One of the worst trading times of the year, in my humble, biased opinion. You guys decide that for yourself. I think many traders call today. I see it all over socials. I see a lot of professionals talk about it. December 23rd is the last trading day of the year. It's the last trading day that they want to put risk on. Again, you come into Christmas Eve and then all the way through before the first trading day of 2026, you're in between two major U.S. holidays. Many major players, right? Institutions, funds, the algos, a lot of that is just risk off, foot off the gas, and it gets displayed in price action and market structure. Again, anything can happen at any time for any reason, but you guys decide how you want to handle this. I've been repeating this a lot because I'm live trading, and I haven't in previous years. I've really just taken the complete week off. I've said it's garbage. I'm going to display that it's garbage because I'm not going to trade live with you guys at all. I'll be back at the beginning of the year. So I'm feeling responsible to tell you, what I really think about this, although I'm hanging out with you guys and, looking to put on some trades. I think that's important. I think that is important. Merry Christmas, Mike. Dwayne, what's going on? Beastie, what's happening? Rhombus, what's happening? Appreciate you guys for hopping on. Yeah, man, gun to my head long. If I had to take a trade, I don't think this is a great risk structure. If we get a break of IB high, we're much less likely to come down and break this low. This is not a super duper wide range, so you could look for something on a breakout, just a continuation of this high getting pushed. I don't know that I want it, man. I think the opportunity for a move up here is decent. I think you probably would have had to get involved before you had clear direction. You probably would have really had to been carrying a bullish bias after this move and maybe be looking for something, an entry right off of VWAP, maybe on this second break to the upside or even this retest. This was pretty clean for what I would look for a continuation. Kind of like yesterday's trade, right? Just for, to kind of go back through. Let me reset VWAP. I got long in here. I think right in here with a stop loss outside as we came back above VWAP. Held this bad boy until we did start to push to the upside. Not for a big profit, not even for a positive R. Really just because this is super choppy. And again, I'm keeping my foot off the gas. I'm keeping it really controlled. But that's kind of what I'd be looking for, right? Bullish structure in the overnight session, higher time frame, gap up. Breaking to the upside, retesting VWAP, and then continuing. This is not bad, right? Right in here for a long play. This would not have been bad. I think if I was really hyper focused up, I don't know that I'd catch it, but I think I probably wouldn't have caught anything right in here. This was just looking way too choppy. Push to the upside, right back down to VWAP, and then hanging out. Maybe like in here, if I'm being honest with myself. I don't know that I would have been super aggressive right there. Maybe somewhere in here if I was really on it. Stop loss outside of NYSE Open, outside of the initial balance low for a run, all the way up to a zone like this. I don't think structure like this is that bad. I don't know that I'd want to be right in here, right? I think you could do something like this, where if you got long, like just to kind of frame this out, talking trading, if you got long in here with a stop loss just below the low, look how that would have played out, right? I'm not a fan of these super duper low time frame, structural lows. Even like this, if you got long in here with a stop loss just below the low, you would have been taken out here and then taken out here again. So I like a wider stop, even when I'm trading pretty tight here on the 1 minute. I don't think this is too wide by any means. Probably not right below this low if I was getting long in here on the push to the upside. If you did, obviously, it's much tighter risk to reward you could run and make this a favorable trade. But I think something like that, reasonably, in here, coming off of VWAP. Pop to the upside, continuation, push prior day high, push overnight high, back to VWAP, strength shown, and then a continuation. But that's kind of a wide trade on ES to be taking. And you really would need to turn this into a nice bullish day for that to be making sense. But let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys are looking at on the charts. Let me know if you guys are getting long on any of this, short on any of this. Let me know what you guys are thinking. Waiting to see. We got close to IB high. A little bit of a rejection here. Taking a look at Bookmap, which I obviously don't have on my screen. Streaming here from StreamYard. Pretty flat. Nothing really too crazy. We're positive 1400 cumulative volume delta. We got plenty of levels above and below. Nothing screaming at me at all. Kind of indicative of this time of year. No crazy positive or negative cumulative volume delta. We got quite a bit of orders right above, up to the 50s, that it looks like we might want to go and take. Again, gun to my head, I'd be long to go for a push above the 69.50s. But I'm not going to send it. I don't think I'm going to send it, guys. I think this would have been the decent risk structure for something like this. Taking it up here on a breakout, maybe you're tight like that, stop loss like this. You go for a break of the 50s and, you go for a continuation breakout trade like that. Not terrible. Not terrible. If I had to take something like this, I think this is what I would take. This is way too wide of a stop at this point. I think I'd want to allow for a test back down here. I don't like to take trades like that at all. Something like that, 15 point or so stop loss, 15 point take profit. But I'm not in anything. But I'd be looking long if I had to. If we get a retest down here, a really frustrating retest, CVD holds up, these levels hold up, I could potentially try it. Stop loss outside of IB low, where if you're wrong, you're dead wrong. We come down, we put some double top in here, and we just sell off. We come back down through, and maybe we go to get rid of this gap. But I don't know, man. Feels like everybody's feeling merry today. We got Christmas coming up in 2 days, Christmas Eve tomorrow, and we're getting to get a little bit of that Santa rally coming into this week, the late Santa rally, because we really didn't have it last week. Let's see. I see it going up. Got funded in my Apex account today, and 1.1K profit in my top 1 futures account. Nice. Very nice. Just chilling, enjoying the stream. DD66. Appreciate you being here. Thank you. Merry Christmas to you. Nice. Nice work. Very nice. Very nice. Mike Z calling out there. He kind of had to be a permabull today, and I'll admit I took it. Nice. Nice, Rhombus. I think it's too late now with a wide stop right now. Yep, I could absolutely see that. Too slow and choppy for my liking, honestly. Yeah, man. Coming into the end of the year, choppy, slow-moving markets. I'm short from prior day high on YM. Nice. Okay, taking to the downside. I think next year, Zach should host his own event. Yeah, maybe. Maybe we look at some individual events, man, some in-person events. I could gauge some interest on that. But while we're talking about that, not to completely throw you guys for a loop, but while we're talking about in-person events, let me see if I could find this flyer for those of you that don't know. For those of you that don't know, there we go. I think that's a good one. I will be speaking in person at an event next year at the Futures Boot Camp, the ASFX Tampa 2026 Futures Boot Camp. If you guys want to check this out, hop in the Discord. I'll throw the link down below this video. I'll even get the link for chat for you guys. This is a paid event, obviously. It's not my event. I'm hyped to be there guest speaking. I was there last year. It's a 2-day in-person event in Tampa. Really, really cool. Obviously, a ton of live traders. There's actually somebody else who's not even on this one. Wait a minute. I need the new flyer because we got a heavy hitter here. We got a heavy hitter who joined this one. Boom. Brian Shannon is going to be at the event, the godfather of anchored VWAP. If you guys don't know who Brian Shannon is, feel free to give him a Google. That's going to be really cool. But as you can see, also everybody behind him, all of ASFX's team and a whole bunch of other traders. A lot of heavy hitters on this one, and really cool to get to an in-person event, man. There's live trading like this. They're showing what we do here. And then there's live trading like with the entire room full of 100 traders. But there's panel discussion, strategy, mindset, dealing with prop firms, risk management. Obviously, there's going to be a lot of talk about VWAP and volume tools at this event. And then we have some fun, man. Dinners afterwards, lunches are included. It's really cool. Really fun stuff. So if you want to check it out, I'll throw the link in chat. Again, everything, 99.9% of what I do, everything I do personally is free. This is a paid event, so it's worth acknowledging that. You got to make sure it makes sense for you. For me, these are priceless. They're absolutely insane. Obviously, I'm biased to say that, but to get around your people, to get around 100 futures traders, not only guys that are, doing decent for themselves, but everybody in between, fellow beginners, people that that were there last year were also heavy hitters. We had guys that were trading huge size live accounts in the audience, trading for a decade. It's awesome. There's nothing like it. There's really nothing like it. So if you want to check that out, I am at an in-person event next year, the ASFX Tampa Bootcamp. Let's see. Just closed my longs. Opening range breakout, targeting yesterday's high. Nice. ADL catching the W. Awesome. Yeah, cracking IB high on this one. It looks like the slow grind to the upside. Now that I was talking about that event, I'm going to throw the link to Discord. If you want in, you got questions, anything like that, there is the 100% free trading Discord where I also talk about all the live streaming, my trades, all this fun stuff, man. As we crack this high, guys, and I don't see a trade coming, I wanted to talk markets for a little bit, right? Wanted to make this a little bit of trading. I don't see anything coming for me. I think I'm just going to hang tight on this. I don't see a really good intraday trade setting up, something that I want to put risk on. So I'm going to go ahead and call it here, man. Absolutely awesome stream today. So much fun. We got 10 people funded on the stream. It's a record. We had Clay and Cam from Top One Futures and Top One Trader on the stream. I appreciated those guys hopping on. Super fun. Guys, this has been absolutely awesome coming into Christmas. This is my last stream of the week. Tomorrow being Christmas Eve. I'm off until Monday of next week where I'll be back with you 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Feel free, like, subscribe, follow on socials, Real Deal Zach, Real Deal Futures everywhere. You don't have to do anything. Free means free. Remember, guys, take it easy coming into these holidays, man. If I can leave you with one thing, don't do what I did, what Cam talked about. Don't blow up at the end of the year because you're forcing your will during choppy consolidating markets. Decide how you're going to handle the holidays, right? Maybe it's setting trading view alerts and limiting your time on the charts, paying attention when those get hit. That is something that I'm going to do. Maybe it's complete time off, no alerts, no nothing, so you can be fully focused on, your life outside of trading. Maybe you just dedicate, a couple hours like this in the morning to be focused up. And if you don't see something ideal, you're done for the day and you get off and be on with your way. But don't be the guy trading 23 hours through, Christmas, the last 10 minutes into the half day close on New Year's Eve or Christmas Eve. It's just a tough thing to do to yourself. So anyway, guys, I appreciate you hopping on. I'll see you in Discord. I'll be talking to you guys through the holidays. We'll be having fun. Please feel free to hop in. More than happy to have you there. I'll see you live again, 9:15 a.m. Eastern on Monday. Everybody that won today, remember, you're going to get an account straight from Top One Futures. I'll be working with Cam after this to make sure all 10 of you, almost a dozen people, are getting their accounts today. So that'll be fun. And yeah, man, remember, quick disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. I don't provide financial advice. Nothing I say or do is a suggestion or recommendation to do anything at all. Make sure you do your own research. Make your own trading decisions. Read CFTC Rule 4.41 on simulated trading, which is what this is, even in funded prop firm accounts, and the affiliate and partnership disclaimer that says I stand to make money from links and codes in my content, like Top One Futures, Code RDF, Bookmap, and others. Can't be unbiased if I stand to make money. Appreciate you guys for hopping on. Merry Christmas. Have an awesome time. I wish you the best. Again, also, if you don't celebrate Christmas, I wish you a merry anything that you celebrate. If you don't celebrate anything, I hope you have an awesome week coming into New Year's. I know I'll be having some fun hanging out with my family, getting some wholesome family time in, man. I'm talking to you guys in Discord. See you live next week. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being so awesome in the chat today. Talk to you guys soon.